Okay, we're going to get into the track, but first we have to give kudos to the underbelly of this song, we're going to start out with Aaron Dessner, who's the producer. Amazing job, great job. I'm sure you've heard that. But not just your average producer. He's not just a beat maker, though he does make beats, but he makes beats, plays percussion, piano, bass, electric guitars, and keys. Relative of his, Bryce Dessner did the orchestration, so the strings that you might hear, and maybe even some of that synth stuff that you might hear that's going on in there. Um, Bryce Dessner. Benjamin Lands did the what is it? Modular synth. So a lot of those little synth pads that you might hear in there, that's Benjamin Lands and Brian Dessner. A lot of the electric guitar that you hear, some of the fills, you hear it a lot in the instrumental, not as much as in the final mix that's released with the vocal, but you hear that guitar just giving it that feel, that vibe, that what we call stank. Did you know that there is a trombone in this song played by Dave Nelson? When was the last time you heard a trombone in any song? See if you can find it in this song. It's probably in more of the pads. It's not a featured instrument, but it is in the song. The last time I heard a trombone in a song, Tower Power, of course, it's old school, but in today's modern pop, you don't hear a trombone. Trombone was played by Dave Nelson, and Dave Nelson is our modern day Bill Watrous. If you don't know who Bill Watrous is, then probably you don't play trombone. Drum programming by James McAllister. Extra drum programming, I would assume, because Aaron did most of the programming. I would assume. I don't know. There is a violin and a viola in this song, played by Yuki Numara Resnick. And there's a cello also in this song, played by Clarice Jensen. So when you hear the strings and in the pads and the synths, which is a great amalgamation of analog and acoustic, the synths and the orchestral instruments just gives it a different type of texture. So if you don't know why you like this song, these are some of the things that you have to think about. I absolutely love the song. I've been following Taylor's career like the rest of the world has. I mean, I can't consider myself a fan because I just don't consider myself a fan. But now I'm a fan of this song. I'm a fan of your music and what you produce before I'm a fan of you. You know what I mean? If stuff like this keeps coming out, then I'm sold. And it's the same with everybody that I really like and dig. If I hear a few things, I'm like, oh, yeah, that person's good. So there's some things that I want you to pay attention to. Oh, we cannot forget Laura Sisk. She did the extra vocals. If you listen to the instrumental, you'll hear extra background vocals, and that's played by Laura Sisk. So these are the people who are the underbelly of this song, and that is what makes the song the song. TT, or Taylor Swift, is the vehicle. She cannot do it by herself. Her vocal melodies are great, but not as acapellas. And maybe as acapellas, but still, for the remix. But let's get into what makes this song tick. Now, here's something that all producers should know. The intros and songwriters. The intros are short. On this song, the intro is mad short. Listen to how short the intro is. This exact same intro. 3, 4. Melody. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, da da da, and in those first couple bars, it's just the soft rhythm that comes in. Once the piano starts, that's the cue for the vocal to come in. Short intros, just know that. Now, if I solo the piano and the lead synth. Listen to the conversation between the piano and the melody. This is what got me. This is what sold me. So the piano is just blah 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 blah. They're talking to each other, and the melody is speaking, and that's what sold me. Every Friday, I pull up Apple Music or Spotify, and I listen to new music by famous artists, and I listen to new music by indie artists. I wish I'm gonna have to search for a playlist for songs that are good but not famous. The reason I know this song is good is because if anyone else would have done this song, it would have the same effect on me. And that's what made me go, oh, what is Taylor doing? Okay. So that is what sold me. Now, this is what lost me. You see the darkness of it? This chord right here. The major chord took me completely out of that dark, somber, warm and fuzzy state and took me into this, But if you listen to the lyrics, she's reminiscing, but then she goes, "This is what you did for me," and then it just brightens up. So I understand that. Now, let's check out the production when the melody comes in. Everything else, I don't know exactly what was programmed, but I did my best. But I love this. I love that little that. Oh, I love that. Well, that's computers. That's what they do. When she gets into the hook, the melody changes. Listen to it. Da da ba da. So now we're into the hook, and now it's a lift. Another thing that I want you to understand about this song is the transition going between the first hook and the second verse. There is no ending. It just goes right into it. There is no transition. There's not even any definition. It just goes right into it. Like, when you are young, they assume you know nothing. Second verse. Listen to that. So no instruments are added. It's just right into the second verse. She's still nostalgic and reminiscing, and you're sucked in. If you get to the second verse of any song and you're still listening, you're going to go to the end of that song. So that is a hit point for me. Goes back into the hook. Now, another thing that I want people to see, producers to understand, and songwriters, is how the bridge is set up. There is a wait time where you're like, whoa, okay, what's going to happen and when is it going to happen? But you don't mind it. By the way, Jonathan Lowe, who mixed it, and it was mastered by Randy Merrill. Jonathan mixed it tremendously well. I was just like, when you are not paying attention to the mix, it's a good song. It's like watching a movie and you don't pay attention to the music, and then someone asks you about the music, and you're like, I don't know. I was so into the movie. That means it was a good movie. The mix was stellar. What I want to bring attention to is the way Aaron set up, or Taylor. I don't know who did what in this, but I really loved how much space was given between the second hook and the bridge. When you are young, they assume you know nothing. Now listen to this. Now we're into the bridge. Now I have to turn up these strings. At this point, on the third hook, what we should learn is that it's building, it's flexing like crazy. It's starting to build, and just listen to everything that's going on. And then listen to the chords. There is a new chord that is introduced toward the end of this chorus. And then on the way out, the chords change, but the melody still remains. So all you producers and songwriters, just, it's okay to play with the chords. It doesn't have to be the same looped chord through the whole song. I mean, and this is a major artist, and if they're playing around like this, and not playing around, but if they're approaching the song like this, that means they really like the song. Now let's check out this landing that they do. And you'll come back to me. Back to me. You'll come back. Okay. And then with your suit, you know nothing. On the back of, yeah. Now this, then you got all these prickly things that happen, and then they keep happening for the end of the song. This is textbook, really good songwriting. This is what we should study and learn, all the way from the production to the lyric writing, the instrumentation, the mixing, the mastering. This is a song to study. And I've listened to the other songs on this album that she just released. This song got me. This song makes me go, I will listen to everything that you put out, and I might not like it, but at least I'm going to listen to it.